Today we're looking at the Awair Generation 2 air quality sensor. This sensor has everything you need to know about what's going on in your air. It has got temperature, humidity, CO2, volatile organic compounds, dust, or more accurately a PM2.5 sensor. It's awesome. It's got everything you need to know about your air, which is great. The other thing I really like about this is they didn't carve away what made this device great in the first place. They simply added on some small touches, which just improved on the experience. So what did they do? They have a improved VoC sensor, right? They have improved LEDs. The LEDs are a little bit brighter. They've added some sound, so when there's an event that happens, little beep happens, right? It is also now USB-C powered, which is great. You can now power it off of your USB ports, which is awesome, and it still looks great. So let's get this thing out of the box. So looking at the box, you can tell that they take the aesthetic quite seriously at Awair, and it really goes the wood, the dark wood. I think it's walnut on the outside is just beautiful, and the box itself is, they've done a really good job here. They've focused on making sure the presentation of their product is something that you want to look at and kind of you get attracted to the box, I guess. Yeah, I know. I love me some boxes. You can also see right on the outside, we've got Amazon Madam A support. We've got Google Assistant support. No HomeKit on this. But Awair has been a little coy, suggesting that something may or may not be coming. So definitely reach out to them on Twitter, Facebook, all the above, to let them know if that's something we want, which, hey, come on, let's be honest, we do. So opening up the box here, you can see, again, kind of simple, but, breathe easy. It's right on the front. They're telling you what this box is about. Black on the back, and you can see on the back here that they've modified again from that plug to the USB-C, which is really nice. You've also got the toggle there for the display, so that little button, you can change the displays on the front, right? Again, a very simple device, but it does what it does extremely well. So of course we've got the instructions here, quick start guide, and it's pretty simple. You basically download the app, you plug it in, and you start detecting your air quality. Really not much more than that. They do take you through the Awair score and understanding the interface. It is so simple, though, you barely need the instructions. So we're going to move over to the app now and actually get this thing set up, which is really, really easy. You just hit that plus button, you say find Awair, and you're looking for the blue light. And as you can see, this is pretty obvious. Once that blue light is there, it's going to say, hey, let's search for networks. And then it's going to use Bluetooth to transfer your Wi-Fi settings over to the Awair device, right? So this is a one-time process. So you can see here, there it's connected. There we go, right? It was really that simple. So while the device is trying to get connected to the network and doing all that good stuff, right? It's going to find the location. We got to put out some preferences, right? Because Awair has some default profiles that they've already configured for different type of air quality, right? What you want for productivity is probably not the same as what you want for, say, your sleeping room, right? So they have these already built in. You have general, allergy, sleep, productivity, baby. So you have all these different profiles that you can pick for to try to get the air for wherever you want this. So for me, I'm going to leave this as sleep right now because I'm going to be having this in my bedroom. And then we click on the continue button, and now air quality at a glance teaches us a little bit about what this, how the device is going to work and what are the key factors, what the dots mean, those kinds of things. Again, those are the instructions. And now you can see here that it's starting to actually fill in as the temperature starts. So temperature, humidity, CO2, right? So those things are starting to actually fill in. And you can read about all that here. Air quality, for me, it's kind of fascinating, right? It's what we're putting in our body. It's literally the air that we're breathing, right? We can't survive without it. So we, might as well do whatever we can to make it the best that we can, the best experience. And again, if we can give it a better experience, the first step into doing that is to figuring out actually what the air is like. And look at that, a new version is available for the Awair 102 HF1. Okay, so let's update it over Wi-Fi. So it's kind of cool. It says updates can take 1 to 3 minutes to complete, depending on your internet connection speed. And if you actually watch the Awair device here, you can see it going through that update process. Firmware download. Again, these are some of the small, the improvements that I've seen on the Awair Gen 2. I don't remember my Gen 1 doing this, but then again, it's been a while since I've updated the firmware, so I could be wrong. But again, they've just done a really good job of using this very simple interface, these LEDs, to be able to communicate exactly what's going on. There we go, done. So I can close this down now, and we'll get back into looking at the app. So you can see here, I've got a few different Awairs, right? There's a few things I'm going to have to take care of. I can already see that in the preferences. It's telling me that the temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I live in Canada, so I probably want to figure out how to make that in Celsius. But if I go look at the Awair 2, you can see here that we have temperature, humidity, CO2, chemicals, and PM2.5, so particulate matter 2.5, which is a really interesting one because these are particulate matter. These are small things floating around in the air that is so small that it's going to pass directly into your bloodstream, right? Which is something that is not good for you, as you can imagine. There's no way for things like your nose hairs or your lungs to filter these out. They're just too small. So we definitely want to track those in our air and try to eliminate those if we can. How do we do that? We can eliminate them, with air purifiers, venting of your house through your thermostat, your fan, those kinds of things, right? There's a few different ways of do this. The other thing I really like about the Awair, as you saw there on the screen, is the fact that they actually give you some guidance. They tell you what can you do about some of these things. It's not just, hey, your air sucks, right? They actually give you some guidance, which is nice. So although I've already done reviews on these before, some of the other devices we've got is the Awair Glow, right? So I'll put a link to that. I've got the Better Awair, which is the first generation. Again, that had a dust sensor, right? The PM2.5 is just a more sensitive sensor. It's more accurate, right? The VoCs also more accurate. Compared to the Glow is the one that's the plug. This actually doesn't have the dust or the PM2.5 sensor in it, right? So it's still a great device, and what's really cool about this is, again, they have the profiles in there to be able to do things like know when to turn the fan on or off, or air purifier. So depending on what you plug into it, it's gonna have a slightly different behavior, which I think is really cool. Makes it very, very simple from a home automation standpoint. There are those of us who want to kind of tweak everything, but there's also a lot of people out there who just want to plug it in, tell it it's a fan, and then have it take over and just be smart. That's why we spend money on these things. It's for them to be smart so we don't have to, right? So you guys know I love me some air quality. I love me some air quality sensors. I love improving the air quality in my house for myself, for my family, my kids. This is another great addition to do that. I'm a huge fan of the Awair product line. I love the attention to detail. I love the aesthetic that they bring forward. All that being said, would I upgrade from the Awair Gen 1 to the Gen 2? I'm not sure, right? I think that the Awair Gen 2 is a leap forward for sure. If you're just looking at getting something now, I would definitely recommend the Gen 2. But would I replace an existing Gen 1? Maybe not. Maybe I would just add a Gen 2 to another room, right? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's worth the money to upgrade to the Gen 2 or not? Do you like the look of these? Do you like the Awair brand? Is HomeKit a make or break for you? I know you know how to use the comments, so do me a favor, let me know what you think below. Likes, shares, always appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell to get notified as new videos are posted every week. Just want to point out that in the video details, there is a Amazon affiliates link. If you're looking at picking one of these up, it would help me continue to produce content by using the Amazon affiliates links. I try to put those in all the videos, so just kind of wanted to point that out. Yes, I get a bit of money back from that, but it does help to support me to continue to make these videos. And if you want to learn how to make your house just a little bit smarter using Apple HomeKit, please also check in the video details. There will be a coupon for my Udemy class. Check it out.